WhymsicalWyvern here. I hope everyone's having a really good day. Whoopsie, I forgot. Aha! Zarybot is here. Why did the chicken get a penalty for foul play? I really do like that one. It's very corny, which is perfect. Perfect, I tell you. Perfect. Alright, and then share link. And do this. Da-da-da. And announcement and send. And apparently people were discording me today, and I did not get the messages who discorded. Oh. Oh. Okay. Alright. So, ding ding. I am here. And I am ready to move forward. Alright, I'm going to leave the closed caption on because that seems to work for people. Oh, yeah. I stream weeknights. I only do reactions on Thursday evenings. And I move my VODs over to YouTube. So wherever you find me, feel free to subscribe, follow, whatever. You're welcome to hang out. We love that. And likes and stuff are probably good too. Comments. I always forget to ask about that stuff, but I suppose I probably should throw it in at least somewhere. Alright. Here we go. WhymsicalWyvern is going to react. Let's move it to here. And press play. And hope there's that music I hear in the background isn't too much.
Traditional architecture too expensive? And is it more expensive than building modernist buildings? Every time someone makes the case for building traditional architecture, it is predictably this one question that is raised. After all, we're facing a massive housing shortage today, and we need to build as much as possible. That's why...
I don't know. Because we're also abandoning lots of houses. That has to be taken into account. We're not building things that can be fixed up the same way. We're just move on. If you built your houses to last a long time, like in places where they do, I don't know that the housing shortage is the same. Not necessarily non-existent, but just that.
Many people already draw their conclusion, but it's too expensive to build like that.
Yeah.
This immediately kills the...
They have never paid for cement. These buildings are full of cement.
discussion, because obviously we can't afford it. But is it really true? In this video we're going to do a deep dive into the question of building costs and give a breakdown of elements that lead to pleasant traditional buildings and see if they are expensive or not. But to make the comparison complete, we'll also look at the costs of modernist buildings. After all, there are many modernist buildings that aren't cheap at all. But why is that? Not only that, we'll also dive into reducing costs, the question of quality, and how our current obsession with short-term profits leads to far worse things than only ugly buildings.
That's a good point. Looks like a mall. No way. I've seen that mall. All right.
But that isn't all. We will also look at why building beautifully might just be worth the cost. Because even if it costs...
Hello, Nameless. How are you today? You're just passing by real quick and hope I'm doing well and have a great day. That's so sweet. I hope you have a good night's rest. I'm doing better than yesterday. I'm actually eating, as you can probably hear, which is a good thing that I can finally get some food in me. I know it's so late for you. It's so late. All right. Today is buildings. So if you have any interest in architecture, you can check out the VOD later.
It's a bit extra. Does that really matter? And what if there is a hidden upside to building beautifully? I heard that this is a video many of you have been waiting for, and I've been planning to do it for a long time. So I'm super excited.
Good. Keep doing better. I prefer it that way. Anyway, I'm going to leave. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Nameless. Have a good night. Good night. Bonne nuit. Good night. I probably should have brought in a napkin.
To finally tackle this topic. Let's get started. First, before we start, a disclaimer. This video is the result of countless conversations with architects and other experts.
But I am not an architect who is an expert myself on every building that has ever been built everywhere through all time. Yeah.
Even though I took
You're
great
just looking
care
at
to get
trends.
a clear image about building costs, it is an extremely complex issue, and I'm not perfect.
Disclaimer
So feel free
accepted.
To comment and come with interesting examples and proof. I can't wait to read it. With that out of the way, let's dive in. When the question of the cost of traditional architecture comes up, many people immediately think of buildings that are clad with an abundance of intricately carved stone ornament.
Okay, but how does that compare to, say, a cantilever? Plus, if you really wanted to do something like that, nowadays you could even maybe do some 3D printing stuff. Anyway, what do I know?
Armies of craftsmen working for years to craft all this stonework at exorbitant costs. But that's a rather distorted and incomplete view of things.
But maybe they could be paid, which helps the economy.
Is indeed expensive. It isn't even necessary or used in most new traditional buildings. And some modernist buildings without any handcrafted ornaments can be much more expensive. For example, which building is more expensive, do you think?
Oslo.
If you thought it was the left building, you'd be very wrong.
I was right. Oslo. All that cement. Cement is so expensive. If I remember right, there's like special fibers in that particular one that let light through those cement walls. But I could remember wrong. That might not be that one.
The left building is the reconstruction of the Stadtschloss in Potsdam, Germany, and it cost 135 million euros, including all the stone ornaments.
Wow.
While the right building,
beautiful.
The new National Art Museum in Oslo, cost 630 million euros. But I hear you say they might not be the same size. Well, I looked at the gross floor space of these two buildings and accounted for inflation, and found a cost per square meter, adjusted for the price levels of 2022 of around 11,500 euros for the modernist Oslo Museum, and around 5,700 euros for the classical Potsdam city.
It makes sense to me. Cement. It is so expensive. Oh my gosh, it's expensive. I don't know. Yeah, sorry.
Palace. That means that the classical building was about 2 times cheaper than the modern museum. Even though this is a quite shocking comparison, these comparisons are a bit problematic. It's hard to compare such projects because of the wildly different context where they are built. Now, is there a better way to look at construction costs? One that is more universal? When we want to know if traditional
Okay, I'm just going to say this. With the Oslo one, where is that? Alright. You look at that. You're not just doing cement. You don't want like all these lines in it. You're taking the time and trouble to make sure that there's smooth joinery between the different sections of cement and make it not only structurally sound, but have that smooth, flat face look. That costs money. That costs money.
Buildings are more expensive than modernist buildings, we can also take a different approach. We can look at the design elements that make a building traditional versus what makes buildings modernist, and try to see what these elements generally cost, regardless of location or time. But most importantly, we need to make sure we compare apples to apples. What do I mean by that? We should not be comparing low-quality modernist buildings to high-quality traditional buildings. Because, of course, a cheap box made out of plywood and vinyl siding will be cheaper than a high-quality building with a brick facade.
That's what I'm here
Comparing
for.
those two buildings would be an unfair comparison. The real question is how a modernist building of decent quality, so using proper building materials, compares to a traditional building of similar quality.
Yes.
Also, we need to recognize that construction costs are hyper-local. They can be wildly different in different contexts. In Oslo, there might be different labor costs, material costs, than in Potsdam, or in Kansas for that matter. Even within the same region, construction costs can be different between different towns. To make matters even more complex, these costs constantly change as well. This makes it almost impossible to look at.
Yes, but when you employ lots of local people to do things like bricklaying and stuff like that, that money is immediately right back in your local town too, versus bringing in artisans from around the world, which has value. Depending on the project, but I feel like you're not just looking at it, you're looking at what it gets. I care that I don't mind modernist buildings per se, but when everything just looks cold, I don't like that. I don't find that nice. Somebody else might not find the brick structures nice, or stucco nice, or here it would be more like Spanish tile roofs and things. But it's the beauty is in having a mixture of those things.
Specific examples, or compare building projects in different countries or even towns, or to do so in a fair way at least. It's probably more useful to look at construction costs from a first principles approach, by looking at the general cost of individual design characteristics.
Fair
In
enough.
other words, what design elements of buildings are inherently cheap or expensive to create, due to the amount of labor or the materials that are chosen. First, we'll look at building costs that are shared by both traditional buildings and modernist buildings. Then we'll look at characteristics
We need
of
a
traditional
foundation.
buildings and of modernist buildings and what they cost. Only then can we start drawing some conclusions.
I'm like,
This
even a
way, we
foundation's going to be
operate
different.
slightly more independently from the wildly different.
Like, people don't realize in Florida, because we're basically a sandbar, our foundations have to take that into account. It's very, very important. Versus maybe a foundation in a place with lots of earthquakes, like California, versus a place with lots of bedrock. Like they have a lot of that up in Canada, or you might have how you attach to those things, how you make it secure, how you create a good foundation really is different in each place, but it is very important in each place to get it right. I would think that would be somewhat comparable. It's just different what you're doing.
Where they are built. Knowing
How
the
do I
context
know?
is always important, by the way, because if you don't, you get an unreliable image of reality. Today's media landscape doesn't always give this nuanced view of reality. The stories we read are often sensationalist and biased, which means that we are left in the dark about what
Is
actually
this ground
happens.
news? Oh my
For
gosh.
this reason, I like to get my news from the Ground News app and website. So you get your news without the sensationalism and doom scrolling. Use the budget for a building project. But
Good
that
for
tight
you,
budget
dude.
applies to any construction project on that land.
Fair enough. That's smart. The land cost is a big part. Fair enough.
Modernist and traditional. It is simply a given. So although it does matter, for the comparison we can ignore it. Next up are elements like site work, the foundation, HVAC systems, electrical installations, insulation and plumbing. Both a traditional and modernist building need all of those.
Fair enough.
And together, these form another significant part of the building costs.
I can
Look
see
at
knocking
this
that out.
European cost breakdown, for example, from a study of the Irish Housing Agency, or this one for the US context. It all comes down to this. The elements that distinguish modern traditional buildings from modernist ones in their design are in many cases just a fraction of the total building costs. Now let's break down the aspects in which traditional buildings diverge from modernist ones. First of all, many traditional buildings are symmetrical or have symmetrical features in their facades.
This is true.
Introducing symmetry or local symmetries only means a different configuration of what is already there. Therefore, it doesn't cost anything extra. Next up, traditional buildings normally use warmer colors than modernist ones. Construction materials companies offer their products like bricks or paint in many colors. And for a product line of the same quality, different colors normally cost the same too. Next up are proportions. Using a system of classical proportions means reshaping a volume that is going to be built anyway.
Makes sense.
Using a classically proportioned window versus one with a random shape, like in modernist buildings. This can even save costs as it makes more structural sense.
Yes.
Having aligned vertical openings is structurally more logical, especially for load-bearing walls. Now, do you see where this is going? Many traditional building characteristics that help make a facade look beautiful and harmonious come at no extra cost. In fact, deviating from these characteristics can come at extra cost, because most traditional buildings are often very simple. A box with 4 walls and a roof with holes punched into it for windows and doors. Similar practically free design choices are clustering windows or having a tripartite facade design. We can put these in the first column of a model I created to categorize various types of design elements and their costs. This model has 4 brackets: practically free, marginal cost, medium cost and expensive. Now, if you would design a new building with the design characteristics from the practically free bracket, it would still lead to a simple yet pleasant, harmonious building, even without any added ornament. It doesn't have to be terribly expensive. You just need an architect who is great at composing facades. The next bracket consists of elements that add marginal extra cost. So elements that do cost a bit extra, but only a little bit. Think of window surrounds. Choosing windows with glazing bars. Simple factory-produced ornament. Slightly nicer doors. Wooden window frames. Using a pitched roof. Using a cornice. And adding a plinth. Ornaments doesn't always have to mean hand-carved marble acanthus leaves covered in gold. Ornaments can be as simple as a string course that is mechanically produced, or a keystone above a window. Also, ornaments can be mass-produced. We have to remember that ornament is just one element of many things that make a building traditional. And in some cases, especially in 19th century buildings, ornament looks expensive and handcrafted, but it actually wasn't. Factories and workshops mass-produced ornament for affordable prices, and they had entire catalogs that builders could use to pick adornments for their designs. Like this one from 1929.
There are places even now that will reproduce these old catalog pieces, and you tell them, I want 20 of those, or I want blah blah blah. You tell them if you want it to be plaster or plastic or foam or whatever for your project. They will order it accordingly and get it to you, and you can replace pieces in a historic home fairly accurately without it costs. It definitely costs, but you don't have to have a craftsman come out and do it all from scratch on the spot, because it wasn't done that way to begin with.
And there's still some companies who
there are
make
places that
ornaments
still
in larger
make it.
quantities.
Yep, there you go.
Let's look at the marginal cost column again. If you apply many of these elements, the cost can add up. But the beauty is that you often don't need a lot of these elements in the design. And you don't always need them all at the same time.
Oh, that's just it. It can be very busy if you have too much of it. But like, I've known people who restore historic homes before. it might be cheaper to get 2 or 3 really expensive reproductions, but not have to rip out all the rest of it and redo something completely from scratch. It depends on your context.
With only the 2 first brackets, you could make very nice buildings that don't cost a lot, while still having an interesting facade and all the right basics.
Heck, you
If
could
you
even
need to
get some of
reduce
those features
costs,
on mobile
you can
homes.
strip down a design. As long as the proportions are right, it won't matter too much. The medium cost bracket adds more complexity to the design, and here we find elements that are often omitted due to cost cutting. More complex massing of buildings is a good example, but also the use of better materials, covering the facade in ornamental stucco, or having complex brick ornaments. Arches are another example.
Why would stucco be ornamental? Like, we do it to protect our buildings. It's literally...
As well as building in load-bearing masonry, which in some markets goes into an even higher bracket. Finally, we arrive at the expensive category. Think of hand-carved stone ornaments, or luxury materials like marble or other materials imported from afar. Very complex massing of the volume of a building, like the beautiful towers by Robert A.M. Stern Architects in New York, can also become expensive. Because every new part of roof you're creating needs to be sealed, adds complexity in construction and thus leads to extra cost. Just look at this modernist tower, and you can probably guess it wasn't cheap to achieve this. And if it was cheap, well, we just have to wait for it to start leaking.
Yeah.
Together, these costs form the following model. I've put this in front of quite a few architects and people in the field, and it seems to be generally accurate. I'll add a copy to it on my website. So, those are the general building costs of traditional buildings. But how about the cost of elements that are typically modernist? Let's look at a couple of elements that always add cost. Minimalism. Achieving high-quality architecture that is minimalist requires perfectly flat surfaces, sleek window frames and fittings, and all this expertly built with tight tolerances. This requires custom-tailored solutions, expensive tooling, and expertise, which makes high-quality minimalism very expensive. Cheap minimalism almost always looks very bad, while traditional buildings have an easier time hiding some imperfections with moldings. An extra disadvantage of minimalism is that its aesthetic tends to age like milk, and requires a ton of maintenance to keep it all looking tight and clean. While traditional buildings using natural materials will normally age gracefully, which is why using quality materials is important, and using styrofoam should be avoided. Big glass surfaces.
That's so funny. My chickens eat styrofoam too.
But it is anything but cheap. The bigger a window, the more expensive it gets. Especially floor-to-ceiling glass panels can get pricey. Complex structural engineering. Many modernist buildings are designed as an architectural gesture, and part of the concept of its design is either an exotic shape or some crazy feat of engineering that carries the entire idea of the building. Think of the Markthal in Rotterdam, which is shaped like a horseshoe and is a massive market hall, its walls and roof consisting of apartments. Or expensive museums like this one, or buildings with a big cantilever. None of these features are really necessary, but without them, these buildings would be very boring. And all this engineering means custom-made solutions, and a lot of specialized engineering are needed. And that can become very expensive. As you can see, together these design elements can cost quite a bit of money. Perhaps it's for that reason that
I found a beautiful song about a German singing about shotguns. Also, hello. Hello, Lost. How are you? I mean, there's stuff out there. You've been searching. You've been searching the songs for Scherzies.
Many modernist prestige projects, like museums and opera houses, can cost hundreds of millions. The Elbphilharmonie in Hamburg
No, it found me. I see. I will look at it shortly. I've avoided doing songs on the reaction day just because Twitch tends to mute the stream. But we can see what we can do. I'm learning about traditional versus modern architecture expenses. Do, do, do. But I can move on to this old crack house at any time.
Cost a whopping 866 million euros, which was 10 times
Just for
the
this.
initial budget. Of course, incompetence, corruption,
Right
quality
there.
issues and general stupidity can drive up costs too. But yet, don't just assume that modern buildings are
Hamburger.
automatically cheaper, because they often aren't.
Yep.
So, what buildings cost is dependent on their design, both in the case of traditional buildings and modernist buildings. Depending
That
on how
just looks
fancy a
expensive.
modernist building tries to be, or the amount of details added to a traditional building, one might be more expensive than the other. For example, look at this example from Robert Patschke, a leading German traditional architect.
It's 3 office buildings that were commissioned, 2 to us and 1 to a modern architect in Berlin, Grüntuch Ernst. And what was interesting is that actually later on when we calculated, the cost of the facade was the same. They used these huge window panes with very fine metal framing, so also very expensive. And I'm saying this because I think when we look at cost, we always have to compare apples with apples and not different things. So if you have a high quality project, it has a certain budget, no matter what kind of design you do.
Even infrastructure could be beautiful, like this bridge in Newquay, England, by Adam Architecture. It's clad in local granite and arches elegantly over the track.
It's actually quite
It
nice.
cost £11.8 million. The extra cost of the granite cladding came to about 2.5%, which is modest for something that doesn't detonate with its surroundings for decades to come.
Yeah.
In any case, it should absolutely be possible to create very pleasant look.
Also, it doesn't need to constantly be repainted and stuff if it's stone. I mean, you've got long-term versus
buildings
short-term
with a
costs
budget,
there.
using elements like proportion, a tripartite facade division, symmetry and color. Look at Swedish Grace buildings in Stockholm, for example. They are simple and were built for workers, but they are pleasant to look at and are very popular places to live. Or the buildings in Garbatella, some of which were built in just 3 months for working-class Romans at affordable prices. But building costs related to the appearance of a building are only part of the story.
They are only part of this story. Stockholm, the place that invented a Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, yes, it is. I don't think they brag about it, but that is indeed true.
We have to look at 4 more elements that determine costs. The first one is typology. Housing, for example, comes in different forms of spatial organization, some being more expensive than others. A traditional apartment building with a stairwell and lift servicing a maximum of 3 or 4 apartments per floor is going to be more expensive than a building with a gallery that services 10 apartments. Or, God forbid, some cursed building with double-loaded corridors. Because the money lost on unrentable or unsellable space, the hallways and elevator cores, is divided over more apartments that do earn money.
Fair enough.
A gallery flat is a cheap way to build because of this lower overhead of space and the repetition of standard apartment sizes. But the downside is a repetitive, sometimes even inhumane and alienating design.
Well, I mean...
Also, galleries take away the opportunities for a balcony on one side of the building. Then, diversity. Building a lot of different designs to create diversity will be more expensive.
But they don't brag about it, but there's a lot of books in the library that brag about it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
because you have more different materials, different designs and ornaments, for example. And this costs more than standardized repetition. Traditional design can therefore become more expensive. But by repeating the same type of building in different parts of a neighborhood, costs can be saved by introducing repetition but scattered throughout the project. And with digital design and production processes, the costs of this diversity can be brought down too. Embeddedness is another factor. A freestanding building will need to be insulated, weatherproofed and decorated on all four sides. But if you have a closed building block, only the front and back side need to get this special treatment. The street-facing facade is the only one you really need to make super pretty. Obviously, this is more cost-effective than having to do 4 facades. Meanwhile, many modernist buildings are built as sculpture-like objects in free space, to go
Yes.
together with modernist tower-in-the-park planning. And finally, maintenance costs should not be forgotten. Modernist buildings can have quite a few unexpected indirect costs that appear only when a building has been finished. Think of leakage due to flat roofs being used in rainy climates, or high energy costs because buildings overheat in summer due to too much glass, or smearing and staining due to not having a cornice. Villa Savoye was a disaster, for example. It leaked almost everywhere, and the complaints got so bad that Madame Savoye, the owner, stated that the house was uninhabitable and demanded that Le Corbusier fix it. But traditional buildings have their own indirect costs, like
Yeah, that's a huge issue with the flat roofs in particular. I've got another one. When the kids were little, we were in a condo at one point. And the way the condos were built was in sections. So the porches were built separate from the main building. And it turned out that there was an inherent issue with the flat roof above that caused leakage between the porches that looked like they were part of the building, but they weren't, and the main building that would then go in and destroy all the condos. And it was a huge, huge problem and very expensive for everybody to fix. And it's because somebody thought that would be a cheaper way to build it in the beginning. And that was traditional, but it was still more of a modern approach.
wooden doors and surfaces that need to be painted, and the maintenance of natural materials to keep
That's
them looking
pretty.
nice. The question is, of course, which cost more in maintenance costs?
I think it
Modern
depends on the
buildings or
material.
traditional buildings? Reply in the comments below. In general, we need to think not only of immediate costs, but what our design choices will cost down.
In the beginning, he talked about decorative stucco. I was like, I don't know if anywhere that uses stucco a lot that they use it decoratively. It tends to protect from the elements, the materials underneath.
By now, you probably wonder, how can we bring down construction costs?
No?
Well, first of all, by making it easier to build in general, and by reducing regulations that are not effective or downright harmful, or replacing them with smarter building regulations.
I'm going to say this. There's too many conflicting regulations. How about we just get the regulations on the same page to start? That would help.
Like him or hate him, the quote by Elon Musk does come to mind here. First, make requirements less vague. Only after that, start deleting parts or
Yes.
optimizing the design. The same could be said
Fair
of
enough.
cutting costs in buildings. One way to make buildings cheaper is by using the power of repetition.
Yep.
Building in volume means increasing the number of times elements in buildings can be copied or solutions can be applied.
I hate living in places like that, but it works. It works. It's
Which
smart.
drives down costs compared to a lot of different custom solutions. This effect helped to make Base per Slash feasible, a project in the Netherlands on which I made a video as well. Building in volume has other benefits. By demanding a higher standard of construction across a very large project, over time, an increased supply of specialists is created, as suppliers and contractors need to hire and train more talent to handle the project. This was one of the things that happened in Poundbury. They needed a lot of craftsmanship, and although this was difficult at first, over time it led to more craftsmen being trained, so the local industry could take on the project easier. But it gets better. Not only Poundbury could use this talent, but other
all the
projects
areas
in the
around
region
it.
could tap into this talent pool too. This is why it's so important to have pathfinder projects like Poundbury. A final way to reduce cost is, as always, by using technology to automate manual tasks, like robots carving stone, laying brick, or 3D printing concrete. There is increasing progress on this front, and robotic building might become a very common thing in a not too distant future. A nightmare for some, a dream for others. As I mentioned earlier, we can only fairly...
I think my issue with robots doing things like laying brick, there's a feel to it. And if it doesn't have the right feel, you don't go to the next one. How do you teach them that? You can teach them lay exactly 5 milliliters of mortar and put the next bit in, but I don't see how, I don't know. I don't see them doing that. I see places, but not there.
buildings with the same quality. But this brings us to another problem, because in many places, it's not a choice between building 2 high-quality buildings, but between building something crappy and something better.
Yep.
And what is better in quality is almost always more expensive. Real brickwork is more expensive than stone strips and vinyl. Cost cutting will lead to reduced quality in each element of the building's design, and higher cost tier elements being scrapped. A nice window is replaced with a worse one, a cheaper type of brick is used, arches are cut, etc. It is the headache of every architect, and understandably so. Here we face the harsh financial reality of today, but we also face stubborn short-term thinking. We create places that look and feel worse to save some costs, which are ultimately demolished earlier.
Yep.
This is, of course, very unsustainable and over time costs more, because a new building has to be built soon after as replacement. It creates a never-ending cycle of waste that is often toxic, poisoning us and our planet.
Your
But
fish.
should we just embrace this and build concrete boxes as rapid?
Okay, that was a little much. You're knocking down a building and rebuilding. Look at all the dead fish. I don't know that I would have gone straight there, but okay.
As we can anyway? Well, building something nice can actually be worth it. Why? Well, we haven't even discussed one of the most obvious upsides: profit and positive externalities.
Yep.
Traditional architecture gains more value over time, as people are willing to pay more for it.
Yes.
This is because traditional buildings look nicer to most people. That's why people generally think they are more valuable, and therefore more expensive. Just like the example of the Stadsschloss in Potsdam and the National Art Museum of Oslo. If you see that museum, you wonder how on earth could that cost so much? While with the Stadsschloss, it looks like it's worth every penny. This effect leads to an interesting phenomenon. Traditional architecture appreciates more in value. This study from 2016 from Buitelaar and Schilder shows that traditional architecture commands a 15% price premium, and partly traditional architecture a 5% price premium, showing how it is in higher demand.
That makes sense.
Even if you would spend more on a traditional design, you would earn it right back. And of course, it leads to communities that are loved by people. Places where people flock to, places where people feel better and more connected. And this leads to higher value in return. But then you could say, but doesn't that defeat the purpose of lowering building costs? After all, a beautiful project will just become more popular and expensive. Well, do we solve this problem by not building anything beautiful at all? Because that would make beautiful areas even more scarce, making them even more expensive, and making it even more unfair for people who can't afford to live there. The answer lies, in my opinion, in building as much beauty as we possibly can.
Yeah, I think so.
Because with more supply of attractive neighborhoods, cost will eventually come down.
It's not just that. People take care of things that they think are beautiful better. If they think it feels nice and it looks nice, they're going to treat it better. It's going to maintain value better. Anyways, got to go. I'm sorry to bore you. Have fun, Lost.
We are facing another, even deeper question. What do we as a society value? We have to ask ourselves, isn't our obsession with reducing building costs a symptom of a deeper sickness? We are so focused on the spreadsheet and the short.
Okay. Oh, so I just want to say one more thing before I go. I like my brutalism in some places. Being a troll is a great talent and not something that should, pardon me, not be appreciated. And if by brutalism you mean a likeness for honesty and a bit of trolliness, you good. Just my honest opinion. There you go. Ah. You have fun, Lost. Have a good evening. Don't be too brutal to all those cute little animals at your house. I saw that picture. A little bit of trolling, though, because I know everyone hates it, but I like it. There you go. Trolling is important. Trolling, mwah, magnifique.
Term costs that we don't see the value of doing things better, and we ignore damage that we are doing by creating unlivable, ugly places.
I disagree. What animals? I think that was Nameless. Was it Nameless? I thought she said it was Lost. It could have been Nameless. She showed me a bunch of kittens. I was walking by getting ready to stream, so. Sorry. Nameless posted cats today. That was probably Nameless. It was probably Nameless. Sorry. I didn't, like I said, I just got shown a picture. I believe the word mod was used, and I knew you have a backyard cat. I wasn't really paying attention, but they were cute. I only have a singular cat that I could ever handle. Well, it didn't. Also, why you always say sorry? You're just like your daughter, you know. Well, because if I'd paid better attention, she probably told me.
Every ugly building we create just pushes our problems to the future and leads to people having to suffer its ugly.
I'm babysitting. Oh, heaven help. Is it a child or an animal? Well, enjoy hanging out or not, Lost. You're welcome either way. It's so minor, it doesn't even deserve to sorry, you know? It's just like, oh yeah, type of an issue. Worst adult. Oh, you're babysitting an adult. Is it yourself, Kenny? Or someone outside of your body?
Ugliness for its lifetime, so we all lose. By creating terrible places, we only increase problems like inequality. The rich live in beautiful places and the poor in ugly boxes.
Okay, now see, we have to make this all political. It was a good video. Oh yeah, he's gonna go all idealism stuff now. Don't worry, Kitty, I have a song for you. New recruit. You have a new recruit. Okay, Kitty. Alright, I'm about ready to switch to this old crack house. This was a good video. Maybe I skip to the end and see what his conclusion was. I thought it was good. I'm just not interested in like his opinion. I'm more interested in the actual cost analytical analysis, which is what he's been doing mostly up to now. His opinion isn't what I was here for. I'm sure it's lovely, but I don't know anything about him. Let's see.
The good news is that we can bring costs down by building more, but still, quality.
Yeah, he's just filling out the video at this point. The heart of the video was around 25 minutes, and it's a good video. I don't regret it. All right, let's see. Time for the next one. Hi, girl. Sorry late. I had the poops. How are you doing? I'm fine. Bananas, rice, applesauce, and tea, Tomas. They will help you. Hi, Tomas. All right, let's see if we
Can you see that?
Whoa, whoa,
The
whoa.
basement cave.
So are we on? Okay. So this was the next thing I was going to bring in, was this old crack house. I haven't actually watched any, but I like the people involved and I've seen clips. So I was just going to start with the first episode. I hope you're not having poops anymore, Tomas. Awesome. I was actually eating during this stream, so I'm so glad that you shared that. That was really thoughtful. Oh, and your hedgehog got me hooked on Silk Song. Bye. Bye, Lost. I know she's very entranced by a boss that has bells. Oh my gosh. Hedge really does have a talent to be a drug dealer. You know, it's a family talent to drag things in. We choose to be good. We choose to be good, but I guess that's always a back burner option. They do quite well in Florida. Wow. Just don't get caught because you'll get shot here. Anyway, get back her. Here. Lost was leaving right before you came on, Kenny. I thought you were babysitting an adult. All right, here we go. Let's see what Angry Cops is doing. Oh!
Day one of owning a crack.
Well, that starts in a very wholesome manner. What's so good about her? Okay, that wall. Yeah, wow. I don't know if your adult is a her, but you know, I don't know what's so good or so bad. You brought this individual up, Kenny.
This is gonna be a challenge, but I think we can do it. Day two of owning a crack house. I'm a little stressed. 1 week of owning a crack house. I got these golf clubs.
I mean, I've seen worse, but they do tend to smell. I don't see the amount of like poop on the walls and stuff I would expect.
Tell you, man. 1 month owning a crack house. Hey, I got this Barbie van that's made out of cardboard. Ain't got no wheels. I'll suck your dick if you can buy it from me for $5. Welcome to an episode of This Old Crack House. I'm your host, Angry Cops.
Wow.
AC for short. And well, why don't you come on up on the porch?
So apparently his dad helps him renovate a bunch of this, and he's renovating this house. I didn't think it was actually a crack house. Really, Tomas? Look at it. You were saying that you choose to be good. I do choose to be good. I choose to be good. That's a good thing, Kenny. I choose to be good. I taught my kids to choose to be good too.
Let me show you around my new crack house I just bought. You can see how the bright blue and the dark blue totally clash with what's going on in the rest of the house, along with the ridiculous coloring that doesn't match whatsoever. A classic sign of your
Nice flamingo. Made out of like that Christmas garland stuff. Give an example of being good. Pardon me. Well, today I wasn't feeling well, but I haven't been able to eat for a few days, and I know that my kids are following my bad examples even though there's food in the house. So I went into town and I went to the store and I got a nice ingredients for a nice meal even though I felt really bad. And I came back and I rested a little bit after being out in the heat because it was getting to me. And then I cleaned everything up and I got a nice meal made and I made sure everybody was fed and everybody was eating and happy and I'm eating. And I think that that is good. There you go. This house is good. Oh my gosh.
need to own crack house is the amount of trash that is piled
Yes.
up on the front porch for absolutely no other reason than complete sloth. And also, random useful things. There
Yes.
would be rusted ass equipment or...
Okay, that is so correct. Oh my gosh. Like, you have all this crap all around, and all of a sudden there's like one really good tool. And then you feel like you have to go to the crap, but you really should just shovel it up and out into like a dumpster. But then you find that one really good tool, and you're like, but there could be more in here. Ugh. It takes a special talent to clean one of those out. And the smell. Oh, the smell.
Or mirrors and vanities. Oh, look at that. There's, we can do some entertaining with this right there. You can put some fruit in this bowl. You can probably put a...
That came from the grocery store. Yeah, it's a nice bowl though.
A couple kilos of heroin in there. All right, we can shoot it up with our best friends right there on the porch looking out.
I thought you used spoons for that stuff.
All right, what do we got? Anything else in here? Brett Favre showed up today with a little bit of this copper sleeve shenanigan stuff. I'm sure they just use this as chore boy. They just take the fucking copper out of it. Oh my god.
Wait, I never thought of that. Can you take the copper out of a brace like that? Like, why? It wouldn't be worth it. It would cost more than you would make. But if they'll steal the copper out of an AC, oh my gosh.
This crack house at a city auction. This is not a joke. I own this house now. And we're going to go through it for the first time. And I've talked to the neighbors already about the woman that owned it, who apparently is a hoarder. The front door is cracked open already, and I noticed that it's already off the hinges. So I already know this is going to be rough. Join me on this construction of this old crack house. Won't you? Does the bell work? No. I pushed it in and it's stuck in. Look at the door. It is off its hinges. I can't even open it. The door, the door handle doesn't. I can't get in.
Good luck.
I gotta go through the side door.
Cute little curtains, though.
I said hold on.
I'm trying to close the door. What to do?
I can't see you.
That's because.
Sounds more like an errand than being good. Well, I could have left my family hungry, gone through the countryside, found someone dealing meth, and, encouraged them to deal more meth or something. I mean, there's good things and bad things in life, and I think good things are wholesome, normal, every day, doing the kinds of things God would want you to do. You look in the mirror at the end of the night, you feel good about what you've done. So you can call it a boring errand, or you can call it good. I call it good.
Everything in here is dead. Light can't penetrate a place where there is no light.
Well, also because the light's behind you.
I know the light's behind me. There's no lights in here because the electricity's shot. This door's on one hinge. There's a lump in the floor like it's got genital warts. Are you recording now?
No.
Welcome to my new home. I would close the door, but I can't.
I think I went into one of these houses when I was little. Tomas, considering the things you've said about your history, I think that's possible. I'm glad that you're here today and you hopefully didn't get hurt.
Because it's on one hinge. The cane is stuck to the wall. The cane is stuck to the wall. It's on it. How fitting. I brought 2 pairs of gloves today because when entering a crack den, you never know how many things might try to penetrate you. I wonder if there's like a homeless person upstairs sleeping, just like hiding in the attic. It's all wedding shit.
Aww.
And this lamp. It plays how dry I am. That's what the note says.
What?
Hold on.
It's a music box. Oh.
You know,
That's kinda
nobody
cool.
knows how dry I am.
And how wet this house is.
This is just extra creepy.
Oh wow.
I think that
There's no ceiling tiles left?
so dirty that I'm gonna have to use these elf gloves in order to.
Oh my gosh. What happened to that Home Depot box? That got shot.
It's always a good sign
Like-
when you've got your lotion station
Bird shot.
by the couch.
Oh my gosh.
We all know what that's for. This person that lived here wrote on everything of what it is and where they got it.
Like a true horse.
Wow.
This is a fucking hoarder's house. Oh my god, we're all gonna die.
It was abandoned. Night. Hi, Whimsical. Can't hear it that well. Okay, I'll go up a little bit. It was so loud. Let's try this.
So the tenants of the house left us with a friendly note. Fuck this house. Which they did.
Probably literally.
A dirty hooker dick. A dirty crackhead hooker fiending dick. And Barbies.
Lots of birds.
That was really wow. Is that louder and better for you, Night?
And Skipper and Scooter.
Oh my
These
gosh.
two happening gals living in a crack house getting pounded out by dope fiends. Oh my god! Do you like crack cocaine? Do you like the buffalo?
Oh my gosh. Boop, boop, boop. That's such an interesting painting. A little okay, I'll go up again, Night. Hold on. All right. We're trying again. Kenny didn't complain, but I don't think he was listening. He's too busy talking about the adult that he's babysitting.
Favors hockey. Well, let me introduce you to Pat Mo. Holy shit, Gilney. God, look at his eyes.
I know he looks.
His eyes are scary. Oh my god.
Correct.
Night, how are your ears? I think it could be somewhat the that Australian ping. Just saying. Hey you. This old crack house. It's something. It's got a really nice message on the wall. Here, I'm going to go down just a teensy.
We'll be auctioning off some of the crack house material that you see here.
The difference between your voice and the video is a problem. Which one can you not hear? Really charming messages on the wall.
It's like reading Sherlock Holmes when Watson walks into the opioid den to get Sherlock.
Ah, yes, you remember that.
Well, it's rather an important scene in all versions.
I'm just realizing I was letting you watch that and you remember it clearly and you were not yet 10, I'm pretty sure. I need to move on.
Help try and support Rehabilitation Crack House. That is one scary pain.
Main problem is I could hardly hear outside without headphones. My voice or Right. I mean, I don't know how to make my voice louder. It's all the way up. So that's, I was trying to balance between. Hedgehog, you got me hooked on Silk Song Crack.
Sorry.
Tomas is very intrigued.
It's fun. I
The
would be playing.
bells, the bells.
I would still be playing, but I decided my mom needed to stream later, and maybe I'd be nice.
I'm shocked the computer's working at all, to be honest. I'm
well,
really
because
impressed.
it plays on the Switch too, so.
I'm just saying. All right, let's keep going so we can see. I am finding out my
Somebody
voice.
drew that.
Okay.
Every bucket has water in it right now. Yo, this place is so fucking water damaged. Oh, that's so soft.
All the buckets have water in them.
What the hell is that?
I don't
Here's
know.
what bothers me.
Some
Okay.
explosive
Chocolates are
diarrhea.
still up. Those are
Here's my
pretty.
problem. If every bucket in the house has water, right?
How are they catching
But this is
rain?
the first floor of a 2-story.
Oh,
Like I can understand on the second story.
I guess it's maybe some holes
I
in the
don't
roof,
know.
like
those
in
are
the-
those like asbestos tiles. Good thing he's in there
Ceiling.
without a mask. Mold, yes.
All right.
Aw.
Well, I know who to drop kick in the face the next time I see them.
The baby.
Aw.
Everybody on that family photo. This is Midge. This woman's name is Midge.
In all fairness, they let this house get in this condition. See, I think that's birdshot. Look at that.
I think you're right. Or something's eating the box.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's too round. And it doesn't look like darts.
Midge is an empty box. Got your Barbie mobile there, which is cardboard, so that's it. We've got the whole crack.
I don't really think we need to compare mold. I mean, anybody living in a waste place has seen worse mold, but that's still not awesome. I'm not complaining because I cannot really give opinion. Rats. You think rats? I think rats, I've seen rat damage. That did not look like rat damage.
Head world. In my hands, it won't spin.
Wow. Wow.
You can't even get through here. Look at how old that
at
desktop
that.
computer is. That is a
Same.
monitor. That is a tube monitor. Who keeps all this shit? Some say this is what the perfect male form looks like. Don't be jealous.
No dick and all.
No nips. Oh my god. Well, let's go to the kitchen, considering I can't get to it through here. How much Barbie shit do you need? Good to go?
Step out of frame.
I can't step out of frame. There's no frame to step out of. I'm stuck here. Look at me.
You do not discount the possibility that they have bats living there at one point? Well, he's like, I think in New York. I love you. He's like in New York, so I just don't know if bats are a thing there. Rats are, but it did not look like rat damage to me. And I'm not seeing bat poop. Like, it's pretty distinctive. He says at one point, well, the fact that you've watched ahead probably helps.
I'm trying to make a video. Step into frame. Where? From here to here? This is all the frame that I have because this house is covered in shit. I can't make a funny video because I've got golf clubs from 1972 in the fucking...
Deep breath.
Is that a teletype?
Day 4. Owning
Oh,
crack house.
Jesus Christ. I thought it was a teletype. Follow me to the kitchen, won't you? It's a nice eat-in. All right. It's about 22.
He says at one point, Wyvern damages, not sure when they'll golf. I mean, clearly there was an older person here who had some things that were nice that got out of control that couldn't take care of their house anymore. Whose family let them get that bad. And then I guess they died or went to a home or something. And they just let it go up to auction for taxes. Nobody came and helped or did anything for the house. I mean, it's kind of sad. But clearly people broke in and went through the stuff. And yeah, it's going to be a mess.
by 14. It's a fixer-upper. There's a little bit of water damage, but I mean, this place pretty much survived the great flood that Noah talked about, so I think we'll be okay there. Gotta have your big goal.
I think it was drugs. Well, I'm saying I think people came in with drugs. I just think that the person who was there originally that was collecting Barbies with family photos, look at that computer. That was a nice computer, like in, oh gosh, I hate doing this, but in the 90s, that would have been a nice computer. All right. And, it's just this person couldn't take care of themselves anymore. You can tell there were things that were. I just think the druggy people moved in after the house was abandoned and they just tore through it. I mean, because none of it mattered to them. They just, blah. Wow, 1892.
And bubble wrap. Because everything's a little damaged around here, so we all need a little bit of bubble wrap. So it's just, there we go. I feel better. Oh, yeah.
I used to keep rolls of that in the house when the kids were little, and when they couldn't function at all, I would take off a piece and just say, go pop each bubble. Speaking from experience? What do you mean? Like, have I used it? I told you guys, I've used computers all the way back to when they were new in the houses. That was an actual PC. What, like a 356?
Ah, feels nice. Okay. Not so bad.
Psycho. I'm going to let the ad hit.
Tools. This place is already paying for itself. How you doing, little bird?
Yeah, hello, little
Just like
cardinal.
Forrest Gump. I wish I could be a bird so I could fly far, far away from this shitty house that I bought with my money that I now own and I'm responsible for.
Yep. Whew.
Guys want to play NHL 06? The Rush is back. Oh yeah, the Rush is back. Oh, it's got it.
So at least one of the kids liked hockey, grandkids. Ads. I'll wait. Back. Okay.
Disc 2, where's Disc 1? Of course. This house is such a disappointment, it couldn't even have both discs. Who wants an autographed San Jose Shark stick from Pat Falloon? Pat Falloon, if you're watching, do you want to buy this house? There is so much shit. I'm going to make a list in the description of all the random shit that I find in here, and I'm going to put it on eBay. Star Wars?
Oh my
$1,
gosh.
that's useless. Got some bills.
That was the red one.
Some shit so I can find you and where you're living now, and then I can
Yeah.
do this to your house, you horrible person. Settle down, cowboy.
Do not.
I'm not gonna... Should I wear it? No.
No.
Going up the steps of the poo brown carpeting. You gotta see the amount of shit that's in here. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Oh, some
Cabbage Patch doll.
balls.
That was a Cabbage Patch doll.
Smells.
Those things are worth something too. I mean, the thing is, he doesn't know how to get the money out of these things, and they haven't been treated well. I was just going to say he could sell that. I know. Talking about a drug den, you can't live in that. I thought he was going around with a metal detector. I think it's a hockey stick and a golf club, alternatively.
Like a fat woman. You know how like fat, unclean people smell? Oh, garbage bags. No wonder it's full. You never fucking used it. Somebody's a Cub Scout. No patches whatsoever. What a shitty scout. This whole place is just a nightmare. I can only imagine what's in the attic. That room that's got like 3 feet of shit. leads up to the attic, and I'm
Oh
hoping
my
that
gosh.
because there's so much shit in front of the door, there's nothing in the attic. They just couldn't get up there.
There's definitely shit.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, and let me think positive. I'm hoping that because there's
That room didn't fill up till the attic was full. Full. You know that. That's how hoarders work. Why are we talking? Kenny, are you wanting to share things about drug dens? I think this is just gonna be, wow. Why am I hearing a wind up music box? Because that is something that is randomly, there are music boxes in here, and when he hits the trash, some of them are going off. And again, music boxes can be worth quite a lot, but you have to get it out. Think of the labor. Like, let's say he gets $40 for one of them, but how much trouble is that in the middle of doing all of this? And that's the sad part of these houses. It really is.
so much shit blocking the way that there's nothing in the attic, which
No
kind of
way.
makes sense
It's full. It's full.
in a desperate sort of way.
It's full.
Oh,
Oh, we got light.
thank God.
Oh my gosh.
Woo! There we go. There
Yes.
we go. There we go. Oh, it's coming back at me. So much better. It smells like lavender and vanilla over dog shit.
Yeah, that would not be better.
Look at the bathroom. No shower until the water is emptied. I don't even know what that means. Oh, here we go. This is the scariest part of a crack house, and that is always opening the toilet to see how many times they shat in it.
No.
When the water
No.
was no longer there. Oh! Is that frozen? Oh, I touched it! Oh, I touched it! Ah!
No.
Oh my god.
That's where you hide your crack. You hide your crack in there. And that's also where the demons get you. Let's take
Oh
a look
my
at the
gosh.
shower. Alrighty.
Ah.
Looking glorious. Beautiful. I can't
Ah.
imagine anything.
No. Ah.
As disappointing as it is, at least there's not a ton of shit
Yeah.
in here.
It
Oh,
could be
look at
way
this.
worse.
They're
I have
readers.
seen worse.
A Tale of Two Cities.
By Charles Dickinson.
It was the
Dick-
best. It
Best
was
of
the
times.
best of crack houses. It was the worst of times.
So you understand why I said drug den earlier. Kenny, you said that you work with medical, like ambulances and stuff. Of course, I figured it was related to calls, but you can explain better. I don't know. Oof. Yeah. You know what? Back in the day, I knew so many places with my friends where the grandparents would always have this book in the bathroom. I don't know why. Like, I never wanted to. I liked the book actually, but I never wanted to touch the book in their bathrooms. That was weird to me. Slow. I'm slow. I'm sorry. I'm slow. I'll go with slow. I'm listening. We're all paying attention, Kenny. Enlighten us. I think he is talking about ping. Ping? From... Why would a drug den have ping? Okay, guys, you lost me. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Oh, I got a nice breeze coming from here. Oh, look, they left
gosh.
another message on the wall. It says,
Yeah.
"It needs a new window. You suck. Ha ha. Ha ha."
Stream ping. He is behind. Oh. I can pause while you refresh. Does everybody need to do refresh? I suspect the commercials are messing it up, and I know Twitch has been really bad lately. Like, I walk in and the stream lag is there. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm not. No. Did you refresh yet, Kenny? We can test it. Yeah, I mean, everything looks good on my side. Everything looks really good. Shockingly good. So I would believe that it's lying to me. You say a number, we chat it, and you read it out. Okay. 17. 17, 17, 17. 127, really? That was within 20 seconds. That's not bad. All right, I'm going to keep going. Other than apparently night is adding. Yeah.
Follow me into a room
Yeah.
of much disappointment.
Like, I just... having that on that wall is something.
It's just trash everywhere. You need a new window.
My
Ah,
skin
oh,
is
broken.
crawling.
Shine a little light on the subject here, huh?
Yeah.
I need a new window.
You weren't kidding.
Oh my gosh.
The whole fucking window's coming out.
Oh my god.
Get off me! Is that a broken window? No.
No.
That's a good old window right there. It's a good window right there. Got ourselves.
No. Tomas, you did not write on the walls. He is doing this for the YouTube video, so he might write on the walls before this is done. I'm actually kind of surprised by the lack of feces everywhere. A lot of times these plays have a combination of like human and animal.
Oh,
1.5 good winders. Which saint is this? Because he ain't working here. I tell you what. This is Saint sleeping on the job? Is that who you are? You're not Jesus, I'll tell you that much.
Oh my gosh.
I got the black lung. We've got a sketchbook. We've got a guy following some feet. We've got Plankton. Yeah, the bomb guy. This penis-shaped surgery dude. That's a Picasso drawing of some man that probably abused this.
Previous owners were evicted and wrote everywhere spray paint. I don't think it was owners. I really don't. I think this is the people who broke the door. Great find. Yeah.
Young child that lived in this room. Come with me and you'll see
see
a crack house that needs renovation. It's so fucked. Can't you tell? This place is going straight to hell. Some sad jackets from the 60s and 70s and grandpa sweaters. I hope you like a Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh my
action
gosh.
figure. Mint condition.
I forgot they used to make those. Yeah, previous people who lived there, that great time. Oopsie. I can't remember how to do that. There we go. Anyway.
From Hills, a place that has not existed since I was 8 or 10 years old.
Yeah.
This is going on eBay. This will be another eBay item to try and help supplement some of the money I'm going to be wasting on this house. It's going to be worth like $20,000 right there. So that's half my investment. This is great. There's a fedora that Frank Sinatra probably wore. Another $30,000. Okay. This is like Pawn Stars. I'm making money hand over fist here. This club.
I mean, all those hangers, you know, who knows?
Could have been used by Jack Nicholson. Which one was the actor and which one was the golfer?
Nickel.
Both of them. They both golfed together. They shared this club. Oh, wait, it is dark. I'm gonna need that flashlight.
Oh my
I have
gosh.
bad news.
You look scary.
My original theory of them not being able to get up here and put anything up here, that is not the way that it went. In fact, it is quite the opposite. They somehow found a way to get up here and stocked more shit up here.
Interesting that the music box making the same noise every time. Why are they hitting the same music box and I repeating at the same point? I think he's in repetition mode on that potentially, but it also could be something that he thought was funny to add to the video after the fact. But it does seem to be as he's passing that same area.
Watch your
Or maybe it's not stopping and they're just putting it out of the rest.
head. I'd say watch out for the nails, but it's more like watch out for some needles.
Ooh.
I'd like to introduce everybody to the only dry part of the house. Which is a
How?
win.
How can that air kit be dry and not the rest? Stock the attic, then the stairs. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Small victories. Small victories when you're sifting through a crack house. I can see directly outside from under the roof. That's
They're never
There's
good.
this window here. Stop that draft.
Wow.
It's like they knew I was gonna be here and be a little upset with how the house was, so they left me 2 pinatas.
I was
So,
wondering about.
fuck you, you son of a bitch. Decapitated.
No candy?
Yeah, right? With all this shit in this house, you'd think that there would be some candy in these things from 1952 or something? Or let's...
Yeah, I left all the windows open. That's not shocking. That's not shocking, unfortunately.
go in the basement and see how
Yeah.
not scary it is. Leave a comment.
There's-
How many needles
Oh,
I found
because
in the
this is up
basement.
north, they
Or
have
body parts.
basements.
Join me, won't you?
Ah.
Oh my god, I hate this house so much. It smells worse than how it looks. It just smells like, ugh. It smells like wet dog gas. I can't get over how bad it smells.
Yeah.
That awkward silence of me staring at things is me realizing how much money I'm gonna have to spend. Shut up! Fire alarm! Shut the fuck up! Nobody wants to hear from you. You're a good fire alarm, but you're a really shitty flood alarm. Yeah, the silence is me just pondering in my
Absorbing.
head how much money it's gonna take to get this place started, looking good, and then how much time I'm gonna have to spend to save money so I don't go into the poorhouse and end up having to live here. Shut! I took the battery out of you! There's another one?
Yeah. Fabled basements. Smells that bad with all the windows open too. Yeah. Now the windows open partly makes it smell bad because of the mustiness that it's gonna with rain and stuff, but also, yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah.
I don't want to throw it behind me because I know I'll lose it and it'll just keep beeping. We got a jump rope. That way you can keep in shape while you're crying yourself to sleep while living in this shithole.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
My basement
Yeah.
collapsed. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh my gosh. That's not good. Yeah, he's definitely playing the piece of music box because it's not down here. Smells that bad with all the windows open too. Yeah. I said that.
Dude, can you see that?
I read that. I
The
mean,
basement caved in.
well, that can't be good.
That is like a 8-foot section of the basement.
Because that's the foundation.
It's a basement door.
Well, look, they put a tarp up. That tarp is gonna save everything. And that probably leaked onto the basement wall,
Yeah.
which caused the basement wall to collapse and give up, just like the hopes and dreams of the people that lived here.
Wow.
Oh my God, there's cobwebs everywhere. This place is disgusting. Look at how much dirt there is.
It's not so bad for height. Like, he can walk standing fully
At least they
upright.
labeled
That's
the
good,
pipes for
right?
me. How nice. It's all galvanized steel. I'm gonna have to cut all the galvanized steel out
What?
and just do packs. Because once you cut out a little bit of steel, you gotta cut it all out. I
Why?
gotta fix that basement wall. I think that's gonna be a priority. I think fixing the basement wall is a big deal.
I don't understand what he's saying with the galvanized steel and cutting it out. I don't understand. Is that part of what's holding the rest of the house up? Then why would you cut it out? I'm a little confused on that one. Rust, maybe? I don't know. We don't have basements. In most of Florida, I mean, there's the occasional house that has it, but we don't have high enough ground. Metal pipes, I think maybe that would make sense.
Considering, you know, there isn't one for a section of basement. I hear walls are important in basements. This is where they buried the bodies.
Oh gosh.
Ah, it dripped on me! Ah, I got poop water on me! I got the poop on me! Oh, Jesus, it doesn't matter. We're all gonna die. I'm so filled with fear and crack fumes. Hello? Is that the foundation crumbling? I can hear the water damage seeping inside the home. I feel like Ebenezer Scrooge and just like the ghost of Crackhead's past is coming to haunt me. Be gone, spirits!
You knew what you were
I got
buying.
authentic snot dripping from my nose for that. This lady saved everything, including the kitchen sink. Will I use it?
No.
Stay tuned and see. Can I take the crackhead shit inside the crackhead house to rebuild the crackhead house? The answer may surprise you. It's no.
Actually, he didn't,
Somebody
sort
put
of.
a breaching charge on the foundation and blew a hole in here to get in. You see, there's your problem right there, is you got a hole in your foundation, bud. That's how all this water and evil spirits is seeping into your house.
Oh, that's not good.
What, like, stuff is making?
Shouldn't
It
it?
sounds like macaroni and cheese.
Ooh.
Or something overtly sexual and bad. Oh, you sound like
From what I know, he didn't know about the hole in the basement. Oh no, he doesn't. The way that these auctions work is you get an address, you get basic information, you can maybe drive by on the road, but then you have to bid and you get it or you don't. It's because it's been abandoned and the city's selling it basically to cover the cost of the taxes. And then they don't care beyond that. They're not trying to profit off of it. And so most of the house is going to be a surprise. So I'm sure he did not know about the hole in the basement, but he would have known that things like that are very possible, and that's part of why he's getting the kind of price he's getting. I mean, it is what it is.
when you eat too many Big Macs after a night of drinking. It's the sound of those squishy diarrhea pants you have when you're like a kindergartner and you
House flipper, but worst, yeah. I had a chance to purchase a property adjoining mine, and they were starting the auction at $5,000 because that's how much the taxes were. But really, it's because the guy that had owned it had died. He wasn't paying taxes, obviously, and his kid was in and out of jail and not taking care of the house, so it had been full of squatters for years. The neighbors were complaining, so they went to sell it. I did not buy it because I knew about all the squatters, but I could have potentially bought it for $5,000. It did go for more, obviously. That's where the auction starts, but they're just covering their costs. And the person who did buy it, because I was smart enough not to bid, the person who did buy it, found that squatters had done things throughout the property and it was bad. And then they sold it, and they sold it to someone else. I think the fourth owner actually really fixed it up, and now there's nice people living there and stuff. But the money, it cost more than a whole new house in the end to fix, because the way the property's situated, you couldn't legally put a new house there. For $5,000, I might buy it. I would have bought it if it was simply getting the property, because that would have been great. But I knew nothing could be done with the property, and I knew that squatters had taken it over, and I knew I was not the person to get those squatters out of there. Total knockdown, though, I would just sell it for the land. Yeah, except it's useless land when it's situated in such a way that nobody can build on it now. You'd have to keep the old house, lift it, fix it, put it back down. It needed a new foundation and everything. It was crazy.
Shit your pants? Jesus! What? Jesus, what happened, Jesus?
Because building codes changed. So they had a house in a way that they really shouldn't have, and they could get away with keeping that house, but they can't put a new one. Yeah, wow. Basement Jesus.
You were on watch here in the basement and it just went to shit.
Wow.
Why, Jesus? Why? I'm not mad at you, Jesus. I'm just
disappointed.
Disappointed. Not in you, but in like the people that put you here. How dare they put my Lord and Savior in this place? Basement Jesus, if you weren't here, I could...
Oh, squatters don't have rights here. They don't have rights at all. But that doesn't mean that they don't take over sometimes. There's an elderly gentleman about 1.5 miles from here that squatters have gone all through his land, and we're trying to get him to be part of getting rid of them. And he goes, but where else will they be? But they're destroying his property, and they're not helping take care of him. And yeah, it's a problem. But you can't, it has to still be the owner that says something.
I can only imagine how bad this basement would actually be. Thank you, Basement Jesus.
I am one of the people you don't want to try to squat on. Oh, believe me, they knew not to cross that fence.
Basement Jesus stays. Even when this house is done, we're going to have a conversation with Basement Jesus after every episode, just to keep you informed of how me and Basement Jesus are doing. You want to watch me lock the front door? I'm just going to take this door that I took off the hinges. There we go. Crack house secured. Is this a comedy or a tragedy? I can't figure it out yet. I guess it's on the ending. I'm laughing at me. I can only assume everybody else is. Time to exit the back door. Oh, a Samsung battery. I hope this is the one that explodes and catches fire so I don't have to pay for this house anymore. Let's get out of here. This place makes me sad. So, you know you're in trouble when the foreman walks up to you and goes, oh, hey, man, you recording stuff, just doing the before and after? I'm like, yeah. He goes, ain't even worth it, man. This place ain't even worth it. Oh. And I go, dude, when I bought it, I only knew that the one part of the basement was falling over, not those 3 separate areas, let alone the whole front of it. And he goes, oh, shit, you're the owner? He was being completely honest with me. He's like, this house ain't worth it, man. This house ain't worth it. Get rid of it. But I just thought that was hysterical. The dude working on it was just like, my man.
I didn't realize we started the next one. Alright, well, we can do these, or we can do something else. We've done buildings. We've got this old crack house. I thought it would be funny and cool, and I know his dad helps him a lot. Stop. That's weird, the way the stop signs are there. That's really weird. I'm happy with this. I mean, I'm fine with this. I have some other things we could watch. Well, I thought house flipping stuff in general can be fun, and I like this guy. He's fun. He's got this whole thing he does with a party bus fire truck thing for a charity he's part of too, and he's got some neat stuff going on.
This ain't worth your time. AC, welcome back. Basement Jesus did not bless the house well at all. Basement Jesus went and took a hiatus for a little bit. So it was like two and a half dumpster loads. Lot of loads. A lot of loads in that load. I've got a new videographer here today, and it's Molly. Molly, give me the camera. Give me the camera. We're going to a crack house, and Molly dresses up in Guess jeans, and she had like quilted leather boots on, and she put makeup on to go to a crack house. We went in the house and we cleaned it out. I had a buddy of mine clean it out.
Yeah, see? So I guess this is the basement. I think. Main floor, second floor, and attic. I mean, that's pretty nice. That's a lot of space. What, maybe 4 basic rooms per floor? I mean, that's not bad. Nice little bay window right here.
From a company, very nice. It cost over $3,000 just to get the trash out.
Yep.
$3,000 just to get the trash out. And after that happened, we went through it to kind of look at some things and see what we needed to get done and what could be saved. And one of the issues was that the basement was worse than what we saw. So yeah, you're like, oh, it's gonna be worse. It's like 10 feet of basement that fell down. You know, no, it got worse. And we'll show you that there were some issues. And
ooh, ooh, ooh! It's that horrible stuff. That's snow. I think that's snow. It could be ice. See how dead everything looks? But there's some green too, so that probably means like spring maybe? Or would it be winter? If you still have snow and you have like it's going into winter. I'm not sure. But I don't think it would just like freshly melted be green. eat the yellow in front of the crack house. eat the snow that has the needles in it.
one of those issues was that the foundation was far worse.
Yes, partly melted.
Than what I originally saw. I don't have a cool cameraman to help me out today. This is the first time I'm going to see the home with them working on the foundation. Let's just look at it together.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my gosh.
Where's there's nothing out there.
I'm just thinking like when you need your tires done and you put car up on the jack and that's not the most stable, but you know, it's temporary and you do your best and you try to make it really secure. Whenever I see people jack up a house, it just, wow. Wow, wow, wow. That seems to me to be moderately concerning. I would be freaked out if that was my house. Although, funny story, I had a part of my porch that was never quite as strong as the rest when I had gotten my property. And then there'd been a bunch of hurricane damage on one of the hurricanes and I needed to rebuild part of the porch. So they pull up that part of the porch only for us to find out that they were using a car jack on two completely unattached to each other cement blocks, one on top of the other, and the car jack, and then a cement block on top of the car jack balanced, and that was that foundation for the porch. And I'm like, I'm so glad none of us went through that thing. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't leave it that way, obviously. But nothing like thinking you need to redo some of the boards and strengthen the foundation to finding out. They just, for whatever reason, on only this one place decided, no, let's just use an old car jack.
Right now, the entire front of the basement had to get pulled out. Like the entire front and 10 feet on either side.
Not even like a really good one. Like the kind that comes with your car that's in the back in the trunk or the boot. That kind. Like that has the little wheelie bit, not like a nice big strong nice car jack. No. Sorry. I'm just, getting that out.
Had to get fucking ripped out because you could just
Wow.
judo chop your hand through it like some loose streetwalker. $5 for a handy, and you're like, well, what'll $20 get me? And wah, wah, and you could just do that. That was the basement wall. I don't know if it would make wah wah sound. It'd probably sound more like mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Just we're gonna go through the house, kind of show you some of the damage that's left over, even after we took all the shit out of it.
Yeah, the kind that goes flat, but it only will get, you better only have a little flat and be on the actual tarmac and you better have your own thingy to put in to make it go up or down, because that little piece of metal it comes with, it's going to tear up your hands and break before you get the whole car up anyway. That kind, yeah, that comes with the car, and you immediately want to at least get some other pieces to upgrade it or upgrade the whole thing.
Is this?
What's that? Oh, this is an old oil drum.
Yep.
That hid
Heater?
in the basement, and basically the front right corner of the building. So we had the wall that was all like fucked up and caved in.
Yeah.
And that was on the front corner. And on the opposite front corner, once we cleaned everything out, you could see through the wall onto the driveway. Like you could see through the cracks in the mortar and like stick your hand through it like a judo chop and shake the tire of the car that's parked in the driveway. And this was in it. The guys here thankfully pulled it out like a judo chop.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something funny. You see this propane tank? During Milton, Hurricane Milton, I had one of these on my porch. The wind and the water ripped the label clean off. I've never seen that happen. Ripped the label clean off. I had left it attached in the barbecue because that was cast iron and so heavy, and I couldn't find another place to put it where it wouldn't be like a bomb. So I just made sure it wasn't attached. But yeah, the wind hit it that hard.
And
Crazy.
shake the tire of the car that's parked in the driveway. And this was in it. The guys here thankfully pulled it out. They needed 2 Bobcats in order to fix my shit.
Here I am, a few days in the past, going down the basement steps where Basement Jesus originally was found, and
Yeah,
this
very
was
weird.
the second issue that we found over there on the right. You can see the rest of the front of the basement foundation got ripped out, and that's where the original wall had fallen in, over there where those men are standing, where that old wall is currently at.
That water can't
But
be
it wasn't
good.
until we removed that big, massive oil drum and had to remove Basement Jesus' wall that we found out that this side had massive holes in it and had to be removed. And here it looks now.
So yeah, that was when I had to call up my foundation guy again. But let's go in the backyard.
Wow.
This is my back deck.
Oh my god.
It's actually built fairly well, but as you'll see, it leads to nothing.
What?
It's like Skyrim. You just come up over here and you walk around a little bit, looking for like ale or some guy, and then you just like go into the building. And then all of a sudden, I'm like on the other side looking at the window giving you a beer. What does it say? Oh, what does it say? I didn't see this.
Hope.
Like it here.
Ass.
Asshole.
Oh, we got some secret messages.
Hope you like it here, asshole.
With a
But
heart
they put a
and
smiley
a,
face.
maybe a blood stain. That's nice.
This is the still frame of the entire episode. Hope you like it here, asshole. I do. I like it a lot.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I don't. I forgot what joke I was going to make about this.
Bambi took his mom's death hard, started using the crack.
Yeah, this is what happens when you use crack, kids. Your head falls off.
I know it could be garden decoration, but that actually looks like one of the heads that goes on a target deer. You know, the kind that you use for target practice with bows? Anyway. Looks much better afterwards. Okay. Alright. That bush doesn't look healthy. Really? Well, have you ever... I'll see if I can find a picture of one.
A crack den.
Yep.
Why?
I've got a ladder back here.
No,
The yellow one. I've got some.
that was a decorative one. Because the body by the heart has to be more solid to take the arrows. I've never gone hunting. Well, you don't have to hunt to practice your archery skills and to decide that should the apocalypse come, you might want to be able to provide meat for your family. So, just a thought. But I don't know what you would even hunt down there. Sheep? I mean, rabbit for sure. Rabbit would totally be allowed. There are deer in Australia, yeah, but it needs to be something that's got a good population so that you're not, you know, the meat is rebuilding itself, so to speak, replenishing. Dingoes, they were introduced, yeah, people. Okay, Kenny, you're in a different place. Emus are supposed to be nice meat. So's ostrich, but they're in Africa. Kangaroo is supposed to be pretty good meat. Yep. See, I guess I didn't realize you'd have kangaroo and deer. That's kind of interesting. Because for whatever reason, kangaroo look pretty much like a deer to me, except a different, you know, positioning of things. But the eggs for the emus, all of them work except Kenny. Kenny has problems. I'm worried about the the adult that Kenny is babysitting if he's thinking of using humans for food. But, you know, okay, let's keep going.
Recycling tote. So, once again, this house is paying for itself. Oh, I've got a wheelbarrow.
But does it still have wheels? Yeah! Oh, that's a decent little one.
They could have used that to take the trash out, but they didn't, because they're pieces of shit. We got an old Toro weed whacker and snowmobile.
Decent little ladder.
This is made out of old doors.
No, it's not.
All four walls are old doors.
That's kind of cool.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna end up in Narnia.
They just took 2x4s and just nailed the doors to them.
Those are doors.
Oh, you're touching an electrical wire. No, it's just a cable line.
Oh. That's ivy. I just realized it's really ivy. I'm like, why would they put all that silk plants out there? Yeah, that's real ivy because it's up north and the ivy grows like that, and that's normal.
Want to test it with your tongue?
No.
Kind of.
I don't.
spit on it. See if it sparks.
Well, we'll just put that in.
Okay.
All right. Dear.
What is this?
Oh, it's the lawn fairy.
I think she lost her head too.
Oh my God, she lost her hand.
Does
She's like,
nobody in this place have heads?
nobody lives here. This is where everybody comes to die. This.
Why would I need help for a joke? I didn't say you needed help. He needs gloves. Yeah, I don't know why he's doing this without gloves. I said, if you're really responsible for someone else right now and you're talking about eating people, that person might need help. But I was also joking.
This is Star Sparkle. She is the fairy of the backyard.
Star Sparkle.
Unfortunately, she was a crip, and this is the blood area, very blood heavy. So, you know, sorry, homie. My fofo makes sure all your kids don't grow. So this is the other issue that we've discovered with the back of the house, is that there was literally a fist-sized hole that I could fist fuck, which we'll splice that in now. I'm not sure which side.
Oh my gosh. Oh
but yeah,
my
this was falling in.
gosh.
So it was
That's just
another
not
hole
good.
in the basement, kind of sprouted up. Let me see if
Ah.
I can put this down there. Put you down deep in here.
Like, this is... I'm so glad we don't have basements. Wow, that's horrible. I've always thought, oh, it'd be cool to have a basement. I don't think so now. I'm over it. I know you were joking, Whimsy. Good, intense, yeah. Ooh. That's horrible. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ugh. I don't know why that creeps me out so bad. It's just literally like stuff crawling on my neck, creeping me out. Ugh.
I'm getting a better idea of when we get down there.
Ugh.
Come with me, and you'll see.
I guess I always just had like this romantic-ish idea that a basement could be nice and a cozy place, and you go down. I know people talk about being scared to go in the basement, but I don't know, like it's under the house, it's in the ground, and it could be nice, right? But that's just creepy. Ugh. Horrible.
A crack filled with dead imagination.
Looks
Yeah,
like,
your first song was better.
a quiet place. They scratch up the walls.
Yes.
What the fuck happened here?
So, yeah, we already got that.
Crackheads. That's what happened here.
Yeah, crackheads. That's what happened here. So,
Oh my god.
So this is the kitchen. There used to be crap all over here. There's outdoor carpeting on the floor right now because
That's carpet?
what people do. But as we round this corner, this is where the computer and all just a whole.
Attics could be cozy. I used to want an attic bedroom when I was little. I thought I'd be neat, like a little bedroom that was just my size and an attic that I could read. I think I read Anne of Green Gables too many times or something.
whole bunch of crap was. It covered up the entire floor, include the crap carpeting, just like the entire house. Won't you join me in looking at what all the water damage did to the floor? So...
That was a nice floor.
The entire house is filled with crap. We already know that.
Oh,
now we know
man.
the fantastic damage. This was a savable floor. If you had rickets, this would be your spine, just all... Or like the gout in like a fat person's ankles. This house has an STD. I was tearing up the...
Or with all the windows open, it's been raining in the house for years. Raining, snowing. Because it doesn't look from the roofs like the pipes burst. I mean, maybe that could have happened, but you have to have running water. I don't think they'd have wells.
The carpet washed with it.
Oh my god, I just almost fell.
You almost fell on your ass. Oh yeah, so my garbage guy, I was like, hey, you got all the trash out. Let's rip this carpet up. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, can you take the drawers out of the kitchen cabinets and we'll throw those out too? He's like, okay.
Don't let this video make you regret liking basements. It's not that I regret it exactly. Now it would be like, is the whole house gonna fall on me? I don't know. I'm just thinking about it very differently now. I don't know. It doesn't sound so nice anymore.
And then he had stopped because a city inspector came over and was just like, hey, you are doing demo and you need a permit. And I'm like, how is ripping up carpet demo and taking drawers out of the kitchen demo? I'm not demolishing anything. I'm removing items, yeah, but that's not demo. So I gotta get it.
Lady, nothing bad'll happen to you if you keep it in good condition. Well, I'm probably never gonna have one in Florida anyway, Kenny, but it just I just see them through different eyes. I have common sense.
Permit on top of the permit that I have for the basement, but you need a different permit. You get a permit for the basement, but it's not the same permit as the upstairs. Homeownership. You need a permit for the basement. You need a permit for plumbing. You need a permit for electricity. You need so many permits you can start pulling them out of your ass, and then you need a permit for pulling shit out of your ass.
Am I sure? There are very rare pockets of places with basements in Florida, but most of them are really not something that would be considered a foundational basement. So what they do is okay, people from up north will be like, I have to have my basement. So what they really do is just build this bottom layer of the house, and they'll dig it in a little bit, and then they push dirt up to it. And then they have their quote unquote basement. But it's not, it's just like stabilized dirt put on the side of a building where every other house just has a first floor there. Yeah, it's not the same thing as a basement at all. I don't even know how to really explain it. Sounds illegal. I like it. It's not illegal. It used to be a great way for a big thing about insulation. The problem is you have to bring in stabilized dirt, so you can't really do it with materials that are natural to the local area, which defeats the purpose of being environmentally sound, and it's just a whole thing.
Join me in adulting, won't you?
Okay.
It's the nicest part. Well, like, this is what the floor could have looked like. But this is the
It
reason
was so
why
pretty.
the floor was so fucked up, is because they kicked a hole in the radiator. They just beat this thing until it broke, and the radiator just leaked jizz out everywhere. It's old.
So do radiators use water or oil? I mean, they're heated with oil, but is the oil in here, or is the oil heating water that's in here? How do radiators work?
Crappy, iron, rusty water just came gushing out like all the ladies when they watch my military word of the day.
I guess it would also be good for hurricanes to have the wind good at least. Funny you should say that. I think it depends on how old it is. Think of a palm tree. The way the leaves are like ribbons. They do way better because there's so little for the wind to catch versus something like an oak tree where the leaves are more solid and it's a less of a bendy tree, and those will go over a lot more in hurricanes. So the big solid block for the wind to focus on isn't necessarily better. A lot of people that are in really hurricane prone areas still like it's hard to get it approved anymore, but more traditional like a stilt house. And then they can handle the flooding and the wind a lot better.
Videos. Hey, so not only do I have to rip up the floors, I got to replace a 5,000-pound radiator built in 1810. Oh no. I put this door back together and now it's just off. Honestly, God, it looks like somebody took like animal intestine, dumped it in green paint, and then just like stuck it on the wall like a fucking psychopath. They're just like, I killed a rabbit for you, Mama, and I'm gonna make the walls pretty. Oh. This is the bedroom that had a lot of porn in it, actually. I don't know if we didn't get it on video last time. There was a stack of porn in this bedroom, in the closet. Allow me to show you some of the electrical advantages that come with owning a home. Join me in the closet. So there's a light bulb up there, and you'll notice there's just a random extension cord wire coming from it, right?
It shouldn't be shiny.
But not any switch. Just a normal fucking switch with no protection. Just random electrics spliced together in a fashion that would cause a fire. So yeah, so we got somebody that doesn't know how to fix things, that also hoards crap and does a lot of crack cocaine on the side, and now
I haven't seen a fuse box. This is up north and it's old. That could be knobbing too.
they're like, oh, I can do electricity. I know how that works. Let me turn this on and off again. I do like the push buttons. They're really cool. Bad news, though, I have knob and tube. And I know that's not an STD. That's just really old electrical work. Oh, let me tell you what we're going to do with the bath.
So maybe he has knob and tube, yeah. Oh my gosh. The mouse, speaking of which, hospital has that type of no OSHA approved switch. I believe it. I am so glad he got an electrician to go over this place. I'm sure he did. But honestly, it shows why having all these regulations, which are intended to make it safe, supposedly, are problematic. I mean, the man can't even rip out carpet without a bunch of permits and stuff. It's his freaking house. The permits should be for things like approving final electricity or something to make sure it's not going to catch the neighborhood on fire. But what's in your own house is your own business as long as you're not burning it down. I'm waiting for the day that either me or a patient sues. Yeah. Yeah. I've been shocked more than once by things in hospitals. It does not surprise me at all. You can burn your house, but not for insurance. Not legally. They don't like you to just set your house on fire for fun, even if you can afford it. Yeah, not really. I'm gonna go with that's frowned on. Whether you're in a neighborhood where it can burn other houses down, or you're in the country where you can take out hundreds to thousands of acres, it is pretty frowned upon.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Get in the dirty shower.
It might fall through.
Oh, you made the microphone touch the side.
Yeah.
The microphone touch the side. Ew.
It probably got the like.
It's got the coronavirus on it now.
It's gonna be
Super AIDSy.
Ooh.
What? No, it's legal too. Come on, Whimsy, get shocked and get some sue money by a new PC. Even if you don't do it for insurance, if it's controlled. Oh, it's not easy to sue a hospital. I don't even want to bother. But thank you. Thank you very much. That's a grand advice.
Ooh. The fuck is that?
Ew.
Oh, that's used butt crack juice. The bathroom just has the wood floor because, you know, who needs tile? Who needs tile in a bathroom? You just need the wood floor because whatever. And we already know about the stow your crack hole. But because this bathroom is so weirdly put together with this corner sink where my calf grinds against the toilet, this is going to get ripped out. The toilet's going to probably stay there. The shower that you're in is going to stay where it's at. We're gonna rip it out. But what we're going to do is...
Yes, Knight. Used butt crack juice. It was delightful, wasn't it? I mean, it looked to me more like somebody who likes the chewing tobacco and spit it out, but it's gross all the same. It's disgusting. If it's controlled. Wow. I'm not really tempted by the whole fun arson or getting myself electrocuted idea, but I'll take it under advisement and probably not do that. But thank you for the advice. All right.
As I'll show you in the other room, is we're going to take this wall out where...
Yeah, it's so disgusting. It is a thing for me. We all have our things. That one for me is so gross.
Our radiator is. We're
What?
going to keep the radiator there.
Oh, it's got a grill. I thought it was behind a piece of drywall. I'm like, what? Why would you put... But not legal in Texas. I think it's legal in Texas. It's just not legal to spit it on the sidewalk. It's also not legal to spit it on the sidewalk in Florida. But it's legal to do. I'm waiting for ads. Are we done with the ads, guys? Yep. Okay, so what I was saying is I think it is perfectly legal to do chewing tobacco in Texas, but it's not legal to spit it on the sidewalk because that's super gross. Tobacco juice is, and it's also illegal in Florida to spit it on the sidewalk. It's just a thing.
But we're going to take this wall out, and we're going to take this wall out, and we're going to push it back, because right behind it is a closet. So the third room is no longer going to have a closet. It's just going to be a study, or I don't know, a masturbatory chamber for you and your lady friends.
Tomas's dinner. It is not legal to burn your house down anywhere I have lived, even if it is not for insurance. Well, there is one legal way. There is one. But you don't get to do it. If your house is going to be demolished and you're going to have stuff in it, kind of like this, you can volunteer it to a fire department. And depending on the situation, they'll let you be there for it. And they will burn it down as an exercise and work on like rescuing in a controlled way, like putting the fire out, different things that can happen. Yeah, that is possible. That is allowed, but it's a very specific circumstance and very specific situation. And for example, they're not going to do it when fire hazard's high. Yeah. But I've known properties that have done that, and it's kind of cool, and they'll let you be there for it. But I've never heard of them letting you set the match to it either. I mean, I just don't see where you get to do the burning for a house.
And we're going to make a massive stand-up shower, like a 5x4 shower, some tile and make it look good, and a little bit more breathing space in the bathroom.
Are you gonna keep the seashell toilet cap?
Oh yeah, who wouldn't keep the seashell toilet cap?
It keeps
I mean,
the like blue ocean theme of the room
well,
definitely
yeah,
together.
this is gonna be this is my Little Mermaid bathroom. So
Got crackheads and needles aplenty.
we've got crackheads and needles and crack. I forget how the melody of that goes. Otherwise, I would do another song. The good thing about up here is that I can save the floors. They just rolled out laminate on the floor, and that's it. McConaughey? Related to Matthew McConaughey?
They used to sell this in tourist places. You could get your own name put on a wanted poster. And if you paid extra, it'd be done with a calligraphy machine. Bum, bum, bum. You wish you had one of those mermaid bathrooms? Before or after? I think what I care about most in a bathroom is that it is cleanable and maintainable and functional. I'm not too picky beyond that. Well, I guess not just cleanable, but clean. But I mean, I just mean, you know, there's surfaces that go in bathrooms sometimes that are not really cleanable. I'm not watching the stream, but I would like to see the after. It sounds good, doesn't it? Pay more, and they would probably even put a picture in. Yeah, probably. It was just a thing at one point. Kind of at the beginning of, like, home printer type technology. It is almost done now. I know. I actually, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to run out of the room for a second for another drink. I've learned. Oh, I love that. I would like to use you and abuse you. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Free slave labor, getting a drink from the kitchen. Heck yeah. Hey, hey. Can I get cold one?
I don't know if anyone in the fridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If there's one in the fridge.
I did that for all of you, but if nobody's used any, I want one. Oh, it is almost done now and looks nice. Okay. Yeah, I just thought I'd start at the beginning because I was actually interested in this. Hi, Hedge. Yes. Apparently, another family member was calling and they don't understand about streaming, but they're very sweet. So she explained to me that she explained that to them, and I'll call them later. Anyway. All right. I think it'd be cool. I mean, I could skip ahead. I don't know that we need to go through the whole playlist. Starting from the beginning makes more sense. I just said it would make more sense to me what was even going on.
McConaughey?
Probably.
How's it go?
That's not McConaughey.
I think that's McConaughey. McConaughey?
It depends on where they're from.
You're exploring the adventures of Basement Jesus, I see.
Yes, I've learned about Basement Jesus. We're on episode 2.
Right, that's been a long time ago. I'll open the door.
Your poor sister was trying to help me out with something. Thank you, darling. You're the best. You're my favorite child.
I have 2 loaves in the room.
Hi, Lasana. Watch a video or 2 each stream. I could for a bit. Let's see what it does to me in the copyrights, though. That's always the adventure. And I started with the one about modern versus traditional architecture.
Are you okay?
After leaving people time.
Could you bring me a BC? Then don't. Make your brother do it. Thank you, darling. I asked one thing too many. I got the look. The look of, I was happy to do that for you, but this too.
This is 5,000 reward for him. For robbing some train. Why am I reading this?
What is on his neck?
On the door. This is the wall I'm going to blow out into the bathroom, and I'm going to extend the bathroom this way, which is like...
Thank you, darling.
You gonna come back to your family anytime soon?
Yeah, I was finishing this video, but what time are we at? 8:30. So, yeah. I got 5 minutes left, reaction-wise, up to 10. Put a on practical engineering next. Hood, double coat, I think. I got all kinds of stuff to look at, but I was actually genuinely curious about this series, and I thought this is as good a place to watch it as any. And obviously, I guess my sons have been watching the whole thing. So see, we learn new things every day. Alright, let's go.
18 inches, and making this just, I don't know, a studio for you to make YouTube videos, or whoever, whatever the hell it's going to be in here. I don't know.
Oh, so he's going to live there. Cool.
By the hanging lady from Red House. Red Room? Whatever that show was on Netflix.
We already got the rope for you.
Look, more laminate. Oh my god, there's more carpeting!
No!
No, that's laminate! It's just got a thing.
Stop it. Is it a second layer of laminate?
Yes, it looks like a carpet, but it's not. What is wrong with people? For the vultures.
Guess this is vulture room.
This is the
Linoleum would make more sense. Why does he think everything is laminate? Ah! Oh, it's not yummy. Oh, my head. My head is killing me. Alright, let's keep going.
vulture room.
I can't get over this. Who doesn't take up the first laminate before they put the second one down?
So here's the thing, right? In this city, I've noticed this a lot. They had nice hardwood floors, and they were like, oh, you know what? I want it to look different. I don't want to sand it. I'm just going to put down laminate. It's easy. It'll cover it up. So mostly in the kitchens or the bathrooms, you'll have them put down a laminate. And then, as years go by, the laminate looks like shit. And they're like, well, what am I going to do? And because it's already stuck to the ground, you've already got the base down. The base laminate, the one that's already there, you clean it up. Maybe... And then you put your second laminate right on top of it. But what ends up happening is that you have 3 or 4 layers of laminate on the fucking floor, and then I buy your house, and then I have to jerry it all up, and it's heavy as shit. I did that in the old house. There was 3 layers of laminate in the kitchen, and it took me forever to get it all up.
Mm-hmm. Usually that's more of an issue with vinyl. Oh no. That's weird.
Because not only was there a laminate, but sometimes they would put like 1/4-inch plywood in and just staple it down everywhere with a million fucking staples, and then I gotta like pry all those up. So it makes you want to kill yourself. And yeah, you know, I don't know what I want to do with this room. Like, I don't know if I want to just board this up and open this up and make the master bedroom bigger, or just I probably should just leave it. I'm wasting enough money as it is. Just gonna have a cool little study.
Why does the laminate look like carpet?
Because they're evil people. They don't want you to actually have a carpet that you have to clean. I mean, think about it. Actually, it's brilliant. You don't want to clean your carpet, right? Ladies, I'm sure. Put a laminate down. Instead of taking care of your carpet, and then you just, it's wipe and go. Why have to vacuum and wash and trim a rug when you can just mop it up?
So laminate is like laser hair removal for your snatch.
Laminate
Ew, yuck.
Is like Mexican laser hair removal on your snatch.
Got it.
You think you're getting a bargain, but in the end result, you're just going to end up having a bigger issue.
Oh my gosh.
I'm standing out here in the cold,
freezing my balls off, it's because the crack house doesn't have heat right now. And you can help me out with that by purchasing a This Old Crack House shirt much like this. It comes in a bunch of different colors. And for every shirt that you buy, I get less and less in debt for this horrible decision that I made. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, why should I help out this idiot for making a poor life choice? And I hear ya. Trust me, I do. But consider this. You're watching my horrible...
I think it's too late. I wish I had covered my ears. Ah! No, I'm fine with the drill sergeant stuff. That was just extremely graphic.
Am I allowed to have chocolate chips in my spaghetti?
Yeah,
Okay.
always. I don't know why you like it, but you do, and you're welcome to it.
Also, Lasagna has been put to bed by...
Huh?
Yeah, she's in bed now.
Yeah, she's been wanting to go down earlier, whenever she's happy.
They're just eating already, so I just moved her over and everything.
Yeah, he has all these videos about things he's glad he can
miserable
do again
existence
now.
And getting off in it. So consider it more of a trade, as you get to see me suffer and laugh at my horrible inconvenience of buying this home and sinking into debt in exchange for a cool t-shirt and stickers. So
Why would
there's
they
that.
have a satellite?
All right. Some local congressman better shake.
Like, they're in town, they should be able to have cable and internet and stuff. Why do they need a satellite? They got stuff. Oh no.
My hand for fixing up this turd. A little bit, just need a POB. Little
Pat on the
pat
back.
on the back right there for good old angry cops. You know, funny story.
To be old.
I end up running into Matt from Demolition Ranch. And God bless him if he isn't just as nice as he is in the videos. Angry Cops, nice to meet you. Demo Ranch, big fan. He goes, yeah. He goes, I see you're copying me. I'm like, say that again? He's like, you bought a crack house. He goes, I bought one first. I'm like, bro, I guarantee you my crack house is worse. And he's like, yeah, that looked pretty bad. Even Demo Ranch Matt is telling me I should give up on this house.
Wow.
Sure, he also made a joke about why would you even buy a house in a place that it snows? I'm like, well,
Yeah.
We're not all making that Demo Ranch money, Matt.
Hey. It costs money to live up north. What are you talking about? Where are the antennas? Not sure why there would be a bunch of antennas.
It doesn't matter. We're all going to die anyway. Welcome to another edition of This Old Crack House. As you'll note...
Wow. Wow. Well, that's some merch. So, oh wow, there's a lot. But most of them are pretty short. I like doing these. I would do more of these. No, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm losing. I have had a pretty bad migraine. It's been going for almost 4 days, and I'm, like I said yesterday, I would have just not streamed if I hadn't already taken Monday off. Today I'm doing way better, but I think I've done as much as I'm gonna do if I'm gonna do anything tomorrow. Yeah. It has been, and it's hard for me to look at screens when my when I'm having an issue with migraine. But this is chill and fun, and it kept me sitting down and behaving myself, and I enjoyed that. I've been meaning to get to this for ages. I didn't realize how old it was. And I've also, that reminded me, I always meant to go watch I saw part of the Matt Demo Ranch's house renovation video. That was crazy. I saw like one of the ones that was toward the end where they kind of showed a montage of where they'd come from. But I had always wanted to go back and watch that too. So I could be talked into that. Because I've never got round to seeing some of these. This is as good a way as any. So. Alrighty. Did that say it was 5 years ago? Or it says this was 5 years ago. Yep. Wow. But this one was new, I thought. The dishwasher one I thought was pretty new. So I guess he just kept it going. Depending on where you were. COVID was a lot more of a thing in some places than others. Newest one was just a few days ago, yeah. That's what I thought. Because that popped on it, and I was like, oh, I'll just go back to the first one. I didn't realize I was going back in time for 5 years. It explains why he looks younger. Makes so much more sense. I'm like, wow, he looks different on these videos. That's the other reason he's probably not mentioning the fact that Matt from Demo Ranch retired in April, as he mentions it. But I just figured it was right before he announced his retirement. Anyway, I like this. I like doing these. I can do some others. Let's see how this does if I don't get copy struck. I don't care if I'm copy claimed. I mean, he deserves, you know, he did the work. He deserves it. I'm just reacting to it. That doesn't bother me one bit, but it has to still be have visibility. Or it's kind of work for me for nothing. So there's that. All right, guys. I hope everybody has a really good evening. Tomorrow is a Minecraft day. I had a plan for what I was doing tomorrow in Minecraft when I ended last week, but I don't remember what it was. So I'll go on tomorrow and see if I can remember what I was doing, or I'll start something completely new. We'll all find out. Doo, doo, doo. Hope you guys have a really good evening. Good night. Night, Tomas, Kenny, Lost, Lurkers galore. I shall see you. Poop. I shall see you tomorrow. Goodbye.